So back with my trim pump overhaul. So I managed to track down a rebuild kit. If you're interested, then here's the part number, and there is another part number here. I think they are pretty much the same. If I have to guess, then these kits are no longer being made. There are some still in stock. I managed to get this one from eBay for about 40 bucks plus shipping. But they seem to go for 150 to 200 bucks. This one, there's a small print here. It's the date of the manufacturing. It's 2nd February of 2000, so it is almost 26 years old. So I hope these O-rings here haven't dried up, although they are in a sealed package, so it should be fine. So let's see what we managed to get. So we'll get to these parts a little bit later. And we have repair manual here. So right off the bat I can tell there are parts that I don't have in my trim pump. These parts are, I don't recognize these parts. These are new, and if I can say or read from here, they mean this 19 is, for example, fill vent. And there are two variants. One seems to be for stern drives and one for outboards. So it seems to be a rebuild kit for different variations. So not everything should be used. And I noticed another thing is that the image of pumps used here is not exactly the same as mine. So I think this is either a newer version or an older version, probably an older one. But internal seems to be more or less correct. Another thing I mentioned last time is that you cannot undo these relief valves and the thermal relief valve. This is not entirely true, but I think in my case it may be. So the thing is that the manual that I'm looking at, I'll try to show you. Here, it shows a three-piece design, an upper hex portion, lower hex portion, and the lock nut in between. And you're not supposed to do the upper and the lock nut, because then you will separate the, there is a spring inside, as you can see, and a check valve. So that part will go out of adjustment, but you are supposed to undo the bottom part. However, in my case, it's two-piece design. There is no bottom part, there is only upper part, and it either doesn't have a lock nut, so this is the bottom part which might be safe to be opened, or it's not, and if I will undo it, then I will, well, have to deal with the adjustment of it, which probably requires some tools that I don't have. And as you can see, they are adjusted differently, the height is different. So in my case, I am not going to attempt to take them apart, although in the bottom of there is a O-ring, which potentially could leak, but I don't think that is the case. But in my case, I will start by swapping out the O-rings beneath this pump itself. So one important thing, how to take it apart. You will see four kind of inverse hex screws here, or bolts. You're only supposed to take two of them out, because the other two will pry the pump apart, meaning that whatever is inside, you better know how to put it together, and whatever is inside, it's not in the service manual. And they say that this part is not rebuildable, so you're supposed to swap it out entirely. They say that 3 16-inch socket should go here, or 5mm. I have 5mm E5 socket here, and it does not fit, so I'm gonna use the 6mm, which seems to fit just fine. And yeah, the socket screws you're supposed to take out when you look it from this side, which is how the service manual is also laid out, is you take out this one and this one, and you won't be touching these ones. And this is our pump. Here are our O-rings. So we have 3 O-rings, 2 which actually sit on these surfaces, which seem to be stuck on this side. Just remove them. They look to be quite alright. No signs of them leaking. And larger O-ring here. I even wonder if rebuild kit gives me this O-ring. It's better to check if you have replacement parts before messing with them. Yep, looks like I have this part. The orientation is also important. The lip should go up, as it is currently put in here. And there is some grease on the other side, which I'll clean up a little bit later. So now I will try to replace these poppet valves in here. Maybe some of them are leaking in a way that they are not supposed to. So found that the 22 seems to fit just perfectly, which is weird because I would have expected something in the inches. So here's a O-ring also will be replacing later on. Actually, probably not, because I am not seeing replacement part for it, so we'll just have to clean it up. This one, I'm pretty sure, is the O-ring that went in here, which I didn't have a replacement back then, and I cannot be bothered to open it up again because I put it together with an RTV, so should be fine. So let's see if we can open up this part. So I managed to get these caps tightened up. They were torqued really tight. I had to put these or this in vices and had to use that much leverage to get it untorqued. So let's see what we'll be finding from here. Let's open up the both ends. well, these are called poppet valves. We can discard these because we have a new ones available. One should come out on this side also. And then we have these valves in there, which I assume has to be pushed out. The manual says they are going to provide you with a rod. I don't see any rod here, but I do have a bolt here, which I suppose they have upgraded to at some point. Yep, and we got one of these out. So push the thing in the middle is called a spool. Let's pop the spool also. This is the spool. This we will reuse. And now we have to get the other side out, which, well, that's the only thing you're allowed to use. Then good luck. I suppose you need something a bit longer. Okay, so we now have to replace them. I'll go and clean this mess up here, and then we'll continue from there. Now that I have it cleaned up, let's put it together with the new parts. So let's start by inserting the spool back into the body here. Looks like it's somewhere where it's supposed to be. Let's now insert the new check valve bodies. They say to lubricate it. This manual says you should lubricate the O-rings with power steering or trim fluid. This one says Quicksilver multi-purpose lubricant, but they also say you can use regular 10W30 or 10W40 motor oil. So I have a bit here. I'm just gonna coat it with an oil. Same for the other side. Then we'll insert the new poppet valves. And then we'll put a new O-ring on the Hicks retainer nut. Coat this one also with the foil. Now is the important part. Just don't forget to put the spring in here also, which you'll get also a new in the rebuild kit. And same on this side. Poppet valve and the retainer nut. Just tighten it by hand first, just very lightly. And now is the important part. The official Mercruiser manual says they have a warning which says hex plug retainers must be turned into adapter exactly as outlined, or damage to the check body valves may occur. And then they don't say how to do it. Luckily, there are some instructions here. So this one says, tighten each hex plug retainer 1/4 of a turn, then back 1/8 of a turn, and keep doing it until it's securely in place. Again, they don't say should you alternate it or do one bite first and the other side or both at the same time. So, well, anyways, I'm gonna try alternating it. So let's do this first. Say we need to do 1/4 of a turn, go half back, the other side. So this is our 1/4 of a turn, half back. This one is bottomed out, and this one is due now. And we should be done. Let's now put the pump back together. So we have seal here, and the lip should go upside the way it came out. We should coat it with what they say is a lightweight oil. My hands are quite oily anyway, so I don't need to lubricate these O-rings again. See if I'm using the right sized O-ring. Either the kit didn't come with the second O-ring because I had to put back the old one, or I managed to lose it. But I do have this universal O-ring kit here, J200 standard, which should be fine for automotive use, so heat and oil resistant. And I did find the matching one, but it's just slightly more thicker, so I will swap out the original one with the one that I have, so both sides would have the same thickness. Otherwise, the one that came with the kit might not seal as well. So that's the one I already got from here. I'm gonna coat it with oil also. Take another one. My hands are very oily anyway, so put it here. And it should be tightened up to 70 foot-pounds or 7.9 Newton meters. We can now install back the filters. Luckily, the rebuild kit comes with the new ones, so I don't make the same mistake as I did last time to ruin your existing filters unless you really intend to rebuild it. The manual says to use, I think it was 5/8 of a socket. I can't remember from top of my head. I don't have 5/8 of a socket, but 16 millimeters seems to work nice also. Just put it in here and you're supposed to be able to tap it on here. since we didn't get a new O-ring for the pump and reservoir, then I just have to clean up the old one. And be extra careful putting it back together because it can again damage the filters. So it should go back. And now we can put our motor back together. Here's a new O-ring. We have to put this thingy back in here. I'm gonna use a bit of marine grease here. It's the Quicksilver High Performance Extreme grease. It had some sort of a grease before. And then the motor. Get it first lined up and then we can move it in place. And we're done. I hope it did solve the issue I had. Unfortunately, it will take me quite a few months to try it out because it's off season where I live right now, so I can't just go and try to trim up on a wide open throttle. I can only try if it still works.